Hello, beautiful people. How are all of you doing on this fine and pleasant morning? It's definitely morning, right? That's how days work. Morning is when you wake up. Agreed? It's dark outside, Pookie. I know, okay? I'm aware. I have eyes. My windows, like my curtains are open. But it's morning anyways. It's morning if I say it's morning. Okay? You can't fuck it. You don't make the rules. I do. Call me rule making Roland because I'm the one who makes the rules around here. Thank you for the 5 gifted, whoever that was. Huge. Hi. Good morning. Hello. What the fuck? All right, chat. We just joy baited. We just joy baited someone. How's that? Music overlay died. Ah, I can see that now. Uh, there you go. Okay. So where do I spend my resin on this account? We moon. God, we've been mooning for so long. I guess I should check how much mooning I have left to do if I want a 9-9-10, right? We need 98 purples. We need to keep 9 greens, 63 blues. Hey, thank you for the 5 more gifted. Huge. Huge. Are you gifting Gerald? Is that who you are? Gifting Gerald? Gifting Gilbert, actually. Sorry. But thank you, gifting Gilbert. If only there was a permanent game mode with talent books as a reward. Wait, that's actually kind of a good point, chat. Life would be easier if there was one of those. uh it was Boo Hill release, right? Like the last time I wished on a banner was Boot Hill, but I might have like played once, like a couple patches after. You played a bit when Sunday was on banner. Ah, I see. All right, Tsingzhou, I believe in you. That's fucking pathetic. What the hell? It's supposed to be 25% and he got 10%. What do you mean, man? What the fuck? Whatever, man. Ew, that's not good, man. Whatever. Whatever. I mean, that's good, but like that's a very low scale outcome, you know? Like what the heck? Okay, so I have 83 out of the 98 I need. So that's enough. Isn't the 10% buff better? I mean, sure, but is it Sing So? I'm not gonna forsake my goats just for short-term profits. Sometimes taking a short-term loss to maintain a long-term relationship is worth it. And Sing So is worth it. I don't know why my coffee is pouring so slowly. What the hell is going on? Well, whatever. Ugh. Oh, chat, you guys want to hear about something really sad that happened to me yesterday? It's actually probably the worst thing that's happened to me in probably this year, actually. So I was getting a little thirsty after you know, just fucking vibing without sparkling water for a while. So I went downstairs and you know, I got some sparkling water. Right? And I I opened my fridge. Right? And what I do is I just fucking put the box of, because it's canned sparkling water, right? And it comes in like boxes. You know, like it's a dozen cans, whatever. Um, so I just put the box in the fridge, right? And then I open the box and I take them one at a time until it's empty. Anyways, I put my hand in the box. I grab a can. It's the last can in the box. I start pulling on it. I take it out and I realize something. This fucking can is empty. Not open, just empty. They forgot to put the sparkling water in the can. It's just an empty can. It's the first time this has ever happened to me. What the fuck, man? Why? -1 can. Like, what the fuck, man? Yeah, I get they put too much sparkling and not enough water, I suppose. Anyways, we still need a little bit more mooning books. Chad, maybe we'll do IT today, because I don't really have like the brain capacity to be entertaining by myself today. We're gonna need to have some help, and the help is gonna come in the form of self-imposed suffering. I'm glad that was the saddest thing that happened to you all year. I live a... What? Wait, okay. Fucking hold that thought. What? 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 Anyway, what was I saying, chat? I got distracted by getting 3 purples in 1 double claim. Oh yeah, I live a very uneventful life. There aren't that many things that make me sad. I I experience peace and contentment on a daily basis. No one saw that. Nobody saw that. Shooting stars. Why are you saying shooting stars out of nowhere? Are you reminding me to go mine a shooting star as an idle activity on RuneScape? True. I haven't opened RuneScape in so long, man. That's what you were aiming at. No, it isn't. And a new chatter would never be so mean as to say something like that. Bro, my rotations. What are you doing? My fucking rotations, man. By the way, yeah, during school, if this is you, you need to realize that, like, you are literally throwing money at Hoyo for no reason right now. I don't know if I'll ever spend those Genesis crystals. Please just give subs instead. Like, at least that gives me some money. He's gonna gift now? Oh, no. And yes, by the way, I do realize I'm just saying my steak too juicy, my lobster too buttery, okay? I get that. Alright, but whatever, man. My steak is too juicy. What can I do about it? My Genesis crystal's too high. My stockpile too endless. Like, how many do you have? I have 70,000 primos, and for for some fucking reason, 17,000 Genesis crystals. Like, straight up, you might have spent more money on my Genshin account than I have. Why don't you pull for every single character if you have so many? Do you think I'd have so many if I pulled for every single character? Alright, let's count the 5 stars I skipped. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Right? Average outcome to get a 5-star is 90 wishes, right? Something like that? 86 after capturing Radiance? 86, then sure. I'm 200,000 Primo Gems short of being able to go for every character. The reason why I have primos is because I don't go for every character. That feels quite low. That's not for every character. That's for the characters I missed. Thank you for the gifted. Right? Like, that's just the characters I missed. If you include the characters I have, too, that's a lot more. Oh, another 9 gifted. Huge. Thank you for the 9 gifted during his school. Holy. This is cutting 50-50, yeah. You can just not count Yumic Glorp Glorp, I suppose, but it's still like 180,000 or whatever. How's you doing? Have you even done difficulty 5 Stage Onslaught? No, not yet. I still don't have a third team, so I kind of can't. Maybe I'll be able to do it with like an Omega Scuffed Flynn's team with Columbina Inefa. Right, like Columbina Inefa for one, and Flynn's by himself with like Ino Official Sucrose on the other. Might be doable, actually. I need to do the witch quest if I want to do that, though. Oh, we're almost capped. Where? Oh, it was a gifted to DJ. Huge. Where am I spending my resin on this account? It was just fucking talent books, right? Or not talent books, level up books, right? Ugh. 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 Dies of dies. Okay, let's actually think about this a little bit. We have 2 more resin until we're full, so we have a little bit of time. If I were to try to do this Stygian on this account, I can't do it, actually. There's no way. Because where's Mawika going? Yeah, no, okay, never mind. Sorry. Mawika middle. Yeah, sure. Let me just... Okay, sure. Let's come up with a Mawika team. I'll be able to use other characters I have, right? So let's use Mawika, right? Maybe we bring like a Chevreuse team. So all we need is to use Chevreuse. Weird. Where is she? Okay, what if we just do the premium team? It's C2 Mawika. So like maybe with the shred from Sitlali or the shred from Shilonen, we'll be able to brute force the shield. So all we need to use here is like Shilonen or Sitlali. Weird. Where are those two? Yeah, things are not gonna work out for the next Stygian. This account needs the Genesis Crystal. No, because on this account, I will actively not use them. At least until I get my Dire Clear. Once I get the Dire Clear and I try to push for, what am I doing? Once I get the Dire Clear and I try to push for 182nd Dire, I might be fine using them. Honestly, this is like the easiest Dire of the year. Yeah, but no. Like, I don't think it's that easy for a new account if you don't have Gene. Right? It's like Gene's kind of important. And you also need to already kind of have good teams, right? I guess if I had like gotten Jean from the selector and like gotten Jean C1, if I had gone for Nefer instead of Flynn's and got the Nefer premium team, and if I got Varessa, I might have been able to do this, yeah. Lots of ifs, yeah. So the problem is Flynn's always has been. But that's fine. Honestly, even if it was a stupid decision, even if, no matter how much I end up regretting getting him meta-wise, I'll always be able to find solace in the fact that at least I didn't fucking get that fraud Nefer. Is that... Is that more Welkins? More Welkins is fine. More Welkins is fine, actually. If that's what it is. Because at the end of the day, like, the purpose of this account isn't to show that a new account that you make can speedrun Dire. It's to show that you don't need to whale to do Dire if you do vertical investment. And no amount of Welkin buying is going to make up for the fact that I started this account 5 years after the game came out, right? So I don't mind using Welkins. But I'd still prefer if you give subs instead. In Columbia Inefa teams, who does more damage? Generally, Inefa does more. There's like specific setups where Columbia can do a little more, but it's generally more Inefa. Oh yeah, Saluna, hi. I saw your message and it was late, so I didn't reply because I was in bed. I might be down on a day where I'm feeling like good, which is not today. I'm not sick, but I'm just feeling so lethargic right now. I'm sick as fuck anyways. Oh. That's probably my fault. I made you sick. GG. Sorry. Get well soon. Hey. Thank you for the 5 gifted, Billy. Holy. What a day for gifted subs today. Chat! Would you guys like it if I started reincorporating sub goals? Would you actually do them? I do my like I've stalled on Undertale for a while, but like I do I do the things I promise. Right? And like for Undertale, it was playing Undertale before the end of the year, and I did do it. You know, like I'm not a liar. I'm a guitar. True. Get it? Because lyres are musical instruments? Hi Zad, I really like Chaska. I have her C0R1, but she feels terrible to play in Sigin also because no damage. The Chaska does tend to do that. Is it worth getting Columbina Inefa to carry her team? Something like Beta Durin last slot, maybe? Um, Especially because I have no other Lunar team. If you want to be able to play Chaska in the short term, that's probably a good idea. Because just as a whole, Chaska's not that strong. So if content is shilling something specific, and it's not what your Chaska team is doing, it's basically going to be impossible, right? Like if you look at the bosses here, right? If you're not playing a Chaska team that is like these shills, you're not getting through it, right? You could also consider just going for cons on Chaska. Chaska does have some pretty good early cons. As like a long-term decision, if you love Chaska a lot and you know you want to keep playing her for the next 5 years, it might be better to go for cons, because once the Lunar Shield stops, it might be other stuff that gets shilled, and if you have C2 R1 Chaska, you might be able to brute force it even with the even with teams that aren't what's getting shilled, but honestly, you might be able to brute force it with Columbina Inefa anyways. I think personally, I'd lean a lot more towards getting Columbina Inefa, yeah. For Chloe Quickburn with Durin, which Dendros work? I'm wondering about C4 Kirara specifically. What you're looking for is just enough Dendro application that you keep aggravating. It doesn't need to be fast, it just needs to last long, right? Like, the duration needs to be long enough to fit your rotations. And that's the biggest problem with Kirara C4, right? Is that it's not consistent app. I don't even have Kirara, so I can't even look at her C4 from this screen. I have to go here. GG. Right? This is every 4 seconds. Wait a second. Does this effect stop working if your shield breaks? Yes, I did not know that. That's crazy. Wait, that's so funny. But I guess her shield isn't paper thin, so it's not that big of a problem, right? It's not like Shinhan. Hmm. I mean, okay, I haven't tested it, but I don't... I think you'll miss out on a little bit of aggravating. Because every 4 seconds is relatively slow. So it's probably noticeably worse. But it probably still works if you want a defensive option, and it does allow you to use Eshu. Honestly, if you don't have immunity, I don't think it's worth. I don't think it's really an immunity thing. I think Nahida works too. I think immunity's like is better, but she's doing so little in that team. Sure, DJ, you can try it. It's more so immunity does damage. Well, it's more so immunity doesn't, actually. Her damage in that team is not very high. Thank you for the raid. I refuse to say your name because I don't wanna out myself as someone who speaks French though. But thank you for the raid. True. Okay, I like that one. I that one works actually. We can keep that holy. I'm down. We might not keep it forever though. Maybe for the duration of the Undertale arc. Thoughts? Like until I finish my playthrough. Artifact. No artifact. GG. Still have 7 days for this. Okay. Am I gonna be doing this? Do I care enough about the 60 primos to actually do this? I don't think so, honestly. Will you tweet something? That one's not in my control. I'm still waiting for Nick to give me the tweet. I can't, like, the thing was to have Nick decide, so I can't just make it up. Will you record during post-release? I don't think I'm doing that today. Today's a, like, comfy, chill stream. That's probably not going to be too long. We're just, you know, having a nice time together today. 0% chance Nick even remembers he was supposed to do that. Yeah, I should remind him just in case. That's true. Hope you feel better soon. Solid bow tie. Always sucks to be sick around the holidays. Comfy IT stream. Yeah, I've changed my mind. I don't want to do IT today. Like, the thing is, I need to do it. Only have like 3 days left. Maybe we do IT on this account because it's kind of a joke on this account, right? Because we only have to do hard because we don't have enough characters to even enter visionary. Right? Like 16 selectable characters. That's not gonna work out. Is my Bennett better than theirs? Probably, right? How much ER? Theirs has 2-4. Okay, yeah. Mine is better. Because the thing is, I didn't remember how much ER I had. And if my ER was cooked, I might have used the trial one instead. But if I have enough ER, then I don't need to. Anyways. Do we even need to gear them? Like, will they even do anything if they're geared? Other than Malika and the trial characters? Not really, right? I'll just double check that Maoika is geared. Give her attack sense so I can actually use her. I can actually use her. Even if I don't play a melt team. And yoink. C1 Arlecchino, maybe? I guess. Sure. Sure, let's do that. I should probably at least have these on VV, right? Okay, they are. Nice. This one's not, though. Yeah. Should be fine, right? Do we want the melt one? Do we even have enough characters that will end up being played in melt teams? I think so, yeah. It's only for active characters. That's cringe. Rip Klee, I guess. Do I want the Pyro Swirl or the Cryo Swirl? I don't think the Cryo Swirl is gonna do anything, right? But maybe I should get a companion. Because... what's my first team? Probably Klee. Yeah, I don't really have 3 throwaway characters, or 4 throwaway characters, right? I think it's gonna be hard to make good use of Sucrose. So we could use her here, like Klee, Sucrose, Diona. But I kind of want to keep the other ones. Or maybe I use Chaska instead of Klee. Yeah. Probably use Chaska instead of Klee. I guess we can use Klee support. But we have a total of 8 fights we need to do. 2 Maoika, 2 Arlecchino. That's... I think we need to split Klee and Chaska for sure, yeah. So let's get a companion. If I'm doing... it doesn't really matter, I think. Oh, mystery cache. Okay, this is like the bait one, right? Because companion invite events are the ones that cost 100 and give you more options, right? So it's like actually dog shit. Let's just do this. No fucking way I'm doing a way up, man. I don't wanna. Okay. Kind of want to keep KO for Arlecchino if I can. But I don't really need to, right? Please tell me these come with a witch quest pre-done. Okay, it looks like they do. Right, I think we'll do this here. This should be enough, I think. Hopefully. We don't really need to have Klee triggering meld, I think. Did her E fucking miss? I think her E missed. Because the guy was walking forward. That's really funny. We don't need Malika yet, right? Because we gotta get through the first 4 fights with Klee and Chaska anyways. So I'd rather just be able to make teams without using up Vigor on Malika and Arlecchino. This isn't gonna be the one that's consume all flowers, right? Okay, bet. 2 rerolls? That sounds nice. I'll get a Companion Pyro. Probably get this. Oh, I lost the free one. Whatever, it's fine. I'd like to get the second melt upgrade. And the free and a free cash as well. More damage or I think this is better. This is gonna be consume all, get a character. Trust. Trust. Fuck. Is this good? This is not good. Whatever. Well, let's do one more reroll. Okay, that was dumb. That's fine. Whatever. Doesn't really matter what we do, honestly. Hopefully we get Klee out of the way here. It's a bit unfortunate we have to use up Sucrose for this, right? Because we kind of need the witch buffs. But hopefully this is good enough. What the hell? Oops. What the hell is that attack, man? I've never seen that before. Alright, cool. So now we need a Chaska team. Doesn't really matter what we do, but I guess we don't want this for that. Yeah, let's get a companion here. I think it's fine to get the carries now if we see them. It's also fine if we don't. Why didn't I take the cash? Whatever, it's fine. If you plan to use Chaska before Eon Blight Drake, you should save Fischl. Oh, yeah, I should look at the bosses, shouldn't I? That's smart. Primo Bishop, Eon Blight Drake, and Yum Kazor. Okay. Is Trial Chaska enough to do this? I feel like it is. Oh, I fucked that up. Did it a little too early. Okay, maybe not, actually. I alt swapped, man. Don't think we get it here. It's definitely doable, though. It's restart, right? Pretty sure. I'll try to play it smart here. You don't need stars. I guess that's true, but I'll feel ashamed of myself if I don't get any. Oh my god, I suck. I don't want to let myself get hit by that one. Then go behind him. Let myself get hit by that. Pick up the crystal. Go in front of him. There we go. Did I just plunge attack to dodge? Wait, let me... Okay, let myself get hit by that. Wait, what? Did it not work? What happened there? Huh? Aura wore off? I guess it took too long, yeah. Huh. Okay, let's do that again. Come on, do the thing. Come on, do the thing. There we go. Now we gotta go behind him so that he does the spin attack. Then we iframe this with our burst, pick up the crystal, start the next rotation. Why is he being so slow about it? I think we still have it. Yeah. Huge. Insane gameplay. Chat, he might be the GOAT. Actually, here, this one might not work. Because I think he's going to take too long. Or not. Wait, what? Yeah, he took too long. It expired. Damn. You got hit. Did I get hit? Really? Okay, my bad, I guess. Go behind him. Let him do the spin attack. And that's a bit annoying. Okay. Actually, here, letting ourselves get hit won't do anything. That's pretty bad. Don't think I'll get it here. Easy clap. Easy clap. Meh. Oh, rare mystery cache. That's good. That's the good one, right? But this one's Gamba. Fuck. That's not good. Wait, what? Oh, I see. We don't need Malika yet, right? I just need to have Malika for the last two. Actually, this Arlecchino is probably stronger than my Malika. I think C1R1 Arlecchino Level 95 with an actual good build probably beats my title Shadow Mawika, even if she's C2. Maybe a ley line with Chaska is a bad idea. Maybe I should be smart about this and use the Arlecchino here. That's probably what I'm supposed to do. Nice try, loser. Fuck. This one's not a loser. I have Sig, so I have to actually do charge attacks even if we're in, like, mobbing content. Right, usually with Arlecchino in mobbing content, because the enemies just die, you don't actually have to do the charge attacks to claim the Bond of Life. But because I have Sig, I need to do it anyways. Yeah. Bringing Chaska here would have been bad. Oopsie. I did not need to use Bennett though. That was a stupid thing to do. Why is it only 3 seconds per enemy killed, man? Why is my monolith at 58% HP? What's going on? Please stop. Jesus Christ. We can get Moika now, sure. I don't want this one, man. Give me something good. There we go. What? Yeah, whatever. Reduced res. Seems good. Mystery Cash. This is good. This is okay. This is probably better. Welcome back, Diona. Wait, did it not? I think I'm an idiot, actually. Where did it bring it back? Cryo characters have an advantage. I don't care. It brought it back to the wrong thing, didn't it? I think I'm an idiot, chat. Yeah, I'm an idiot. Okay, it's fine, whatever. Let's use up the last Chaska here. Don't think Mawika or Arlecchino needs Bennett. So we can probably use the last Bennett here as well. Maybe with Aoife. That's a little sus. I think we'll use KM. Yeah.
It's my lucky day. There's more. Boom.
This might be too optimistic for Chaska, honestly. This is looking very optimistic for Chaska, actually.
See no more.
Chaska in AoE lol W.
Going somewhere? You might play. There's more. Get down to business.
Maybe we'll be fine because of the blessings, actually.
You might play. There's more.
Bro, oh no. Please. Okay, we got it. Easy clap. I thought Chaska AoE was shit, but it's pretty decent. Are you... are you blind? What? Yeah, the rest should be pretty straightforward. Do I care about getting them? No. I'll get these 3 naturally anyways. Let's do this. Because, I need a bow user for it not to be cringe. And I don't really want to do overload with... Maybe I can. Nah. I'll just do this. Holy shit, that's an achievement. Oh, nice. Good aim. I did not get the swirl because I suck. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Give me... What's best for the Maoika team here? Does it matter? No. It does not matter. We probably don't even swap to them. By characters triggering the swirl reaction, that's so bad. Why would I want that, man? I guess it gives me stats, though, to just get blessings. Oh, okay, sorry, I guess. My fucking bad. That's fine. I didn't want any blessings. It's okay. Oops. Fuck, he died during my burst animation. I wanted to see the number. Yeah, I guess this is fine. Cryo Swirl, okay. Both of these are just for the Animo characters. Why would I want... Okay, what the fuck, man? I literally only have 1 character left and 3 of these are to select a... Okay. That seems bad. That seems good. No, I can't. Alright, listen. Listen. We got 20 on the 20s or 60 or 90, so surely. Okay, big. Yeah, I guess we just do this. Okay, okay, okay. Give me the when you reach 0, you gain 80. Okay. Huge, huge. Stonks. Alright, man. Easy fucking clap, I guess. I'm just too good. We turned like $90 into $240. Easy clap. I guess I'm just fucking talented, man. +1 achievement? What even was that achievement? Is this my first time doing hard? It might be, actually. I don't know if I had enough characters for hard last time. No, it is not my first time doing hard. I might have not gotten all stars last time, though, yeah. +6 books of mooning. Bonk. Can't get this. Tragedy. Hmm. Get a cute pose. Playful shushing. Who the fuck shushes with their fingers so far away from their mouth like that? That's not how you shush, man. Deep contemplation. Deep contemplation. Holy. The fuck is Bomb Bonanza? Okay. Whatever. He's dancing. Can I get a dancey in the chat, please? Chat, are you proud of me? I did IT. I'm gonna do teapot now. Never mind. I forgot you can't fucking go to the teapot from IT. It's like the game knows, right? Like, listen, buddy. I appreciate that you're trying to be productive right now, but let's not burn yourself out by going to dogshit features back to back. Okay? Let's take a break. All right, take a breather. We're gonna need to. Please and thank you. Do 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 do. Item refresh in 4 hours. Fuck, I'm glad I came here, man. +1 fragile. Easy clap. I need blue dye. I'll use these. Because they're really easy to farm. Huge. Do I want to get any of the rest of this? Not really. What if I go say hi to Chubby? No, I don't want to. Battle Pass XP, to be fair. I feel like it's kind of impossible not to max out the Battle Pass. Hi, Miles. Okay, chat. Holy time? No, I don't think there's gonna be any Undertale today. I'm sorry. I want to be in like a jolly mood when I play Undertale. I don't want to be like I don't want to be jaded. Like imagine Papyrus brags and I reply with like cool man, move on. I want to see what comes next. Imagine how upset you guys would be. How upset I would be looking back at it afterwards. Anyways. Chat. I've really liked the jolliness of your playthrough, so I'm content with waiting on that. I appreciate that. Wait, what was that achievement? Complete an entire performance in the Imaginary Theater, having selected at least 8 mystery Wait! Chat, our fucking financial speculation at the end of that run gave us an achievement. Wait, that's crazy. Insane. Oh, do I actually have to buy Thespian Tricks for this achievement? Ah, that's a bit annoying. Oh well, it is what it is. Do you think Olamina is more restrictive than Maika in terms of how much of her kit is available to be used as a generalist support? I mean, I guess in a way, because, like, if you're using Maika as a support, you kind of can get all of her kit. She just does less damage, right? Maybe we can do a chill little Ask as a Jeff segment where I just answer you guys' questions. IT here too? No. I didn't mind doing IT on the EU account because it's short when you do like hard IT. I don't really want to do the long one right now. You guys can ask me questions. We're just chilling, having a good time. Why are you so handsome? Um, that is a good question. I'm afraid I don't have the answer to that, though. Does the rest of C2 change anything about a rotation? With rest of C2, you never need to do the manual charge attack anymore. Because the extra time that it takes to do all the additional mini bursts kind of fills out your rotation length. But that's pretty much the only thing that changes. You just do the same setup, swap to Verissa, use skills and plunges until your buffs run out, and then you repeat. Will you ever play Silk Song on stream? I don't know if I'll ever play Silk Song, period. If you're so good at Wordle, why don't you do it in the hard mode? Because then I couldn't stare, pound, and zilch. And that's like a classic now. But also, I'm not that good at Wordle. And I'm a pretty average Wordle player. Where is the joy and whimsy in your life? Why not play Dodoko Racers on Miliostra Wonderland with your viewers? That's rage bait. I recognize rage bait when I see it. You can't get me with that one. If you only have Llama and no other Nullcrack characters, is Columbina still worthwhile to pull? I think with Llama specifically, it's a little weird. Because Llama has some good teams, just that, like, Hyperbloom. But the problem is that you don't get Ascendant Gleam or a lot of lunar damage in those teams. And so she doesn't really function as a quick fix or as a way to solve lunar shell content by herself. So if you're thinking about getting Columbina for Llama, it's not because it makes the team that much stronger. It's because it enables the team to deal with lunar shell. I do, like, it does still make the team a bit stronger, and I do think it can be worth considering. I don't think it's as important as if you have Inefa by herself. But it's a good idea to have at least one lunar team. So I think it's... So make the horse boss less annoying? Yeah, but horse boss, honestly, compared to what's coming next patch, seems like a fucking joke. So, yeah. Does ER do anything for Zabai? Kinda. The thing about Zabai is, like, her like, unique resource generation is, like, a little weird. And it's a little bit slower than her animation length. So, playing Zabai without burst is going to feel like walking behind... is going to feel like walking behind someone who's walking just a little too slow. Right? Because, like, you'll finish your N4, and you'll need to wait, like, half a second before you can use the enhanced skill. Right? Rotations that have burst effectively don't have to deal with that, because you just burst right after entering your stance, and you make it so that, well, you're giving the slow person that walks in front of you a bit of a head start. by the end of your field time, you've basically caught up to them. So Zabai's burst isn't really something that costs you animation time, right? But even then, right? Even if the burst um even if the burst is like worth using and feels nice to use, it's not doing a lot of damage. So you don't really want to sacrifice other stats for ER, right? In other words, you can think of ER and Zabai somewhat similarly to how you think about it on Varessa, in a way. Where like it's nice, it helps, but it's not like a major important stat. And Zabai is a lot less saturated on defense than Varessa is saturated on attack. Can your Varessa clear dire plunge boss with Widsith? Yeah, for sure. Bro, I'm like relatively close to clearing dire plunge boss in less than 60 seconds. Right? It ends up taking me like 80 something because I'm like 10% away from the from killing it before the first phase is over, and then like when the jump buff is gone, you gotta stop doing damage. So I gotta have to just wait for the next one. But like, if I were to actually min-max my builds properly, put Widsith on and reset for Widsith RNG, I could probably get a sub 60-second clear. Do you think Fearless in the next Stygian Onslaught is doable with only one Lunar team and no Hydro DPS, no Skark? No. But maybe there's something I'm overlooking. I just don't know what the fuck you're gonna do about this one. Right, no Hydro DPS, no Skark. What the fuck are you gonna do? Can't Hyperloom double Hydro deal with Crab? I don't know. That's a lot of HP, man. That's a lot of HP, man. I wonder if high DPI Navidad is viable against the Crab. I don't think you need high DPI. Because I'm pretty sure you have time to just break the horns one at a time. And even if you didn't, you can probably position yourself so that you're hitting both horns and the crab with good gameplay. How does a Maloney team work for the crab? Honestly, I don't know. on field Mona to break the shield, maybe. But I don't know. Do you think it's reasonable to think that Sucrose is the best 4-star in the game right now? I think it's reasonable, but I don't think I would agree with it. The thing with Sucrose is that she doesn't really have much competition in her role, right? Like, who else is giving Team YDM? Like, the dog shit Animo units that give you, like, 3 EM? Ooh, 60 EM from Lanyon C4, or is it 80? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Now, he does not team white, it's only to the active character. The fact that they just still haven't given us real competition for Sucrose is making her hold on to her role fairly strongly. But, like, just numbers wise, she's not that powerful. And the reason why Sucrose is still very meta relevant to this day is because they haven't really tried to knock her out. They haven't really tried to give her real competition. Right? Like, I think a lot of people like meme about oh, another Sucrose downgrade, but like I don't really think any of those characters were released with the intention of replacing Sucrose. Who's the best 4-star at the moment in your opinion? I'd lean towards Chevaliers. It's probably Chevaliers. But then again, I think there's a few strong contenders. I think the main contenders for it right now, in my opinion, are Chevaliers, Bennett, Sucrose. It's probably it, actually. I do think that they're not the only strong ones, right? Like obviously Fischl, Eonson, very very good characters, but I don't think they're quite on the same level as these three right now. The thing with Fischl is that with the witch buffs, what she's providing is like actually really fucking high now, but Inefa's release gave Fischl really powerful competition, right? Isn't C6 Ino much better than Yansan and Fischl C6 for their best teams? Fuck no. What? If you were in charge, how would you design the Cryo Archon kit for 7.x? Oh, good question. Okay, I've just had the actual genius idea, and I wanna hear your thoughts. Okay, because lore wise, right? The Tsaritsa's whole thing is like frick Celestia, right? Not anymore, actually. I don't care. I don't care about facts. Let me headcanon, please. Thank you. Um and and Celeste and like you know what Celestia is, right? It's like archons and shit. And what do archons have? They have the ability to give people visions. Right? Shut up. We're vibes based lore, okay? Like shut up. I don't care. I don't care how factually accurate this is. Imagine if the Tsaritsa's kit debuffed your team's EM. Like if she was anti-reaction, but gave the reactions like an alternate effect or something. Looter reactions, but Russian. You get it. Okay, you know what? I did not cook with that one. Let's dial it back. You think the direction of supports being more or less their own DPS is one of the main reasons for power creep, and would the return of stuff like Chevaliers be better? I mean, not really, right? Like they can make that they can make power creep happen without that, and they can make not power creep while having characters like that. It's just they decided to power creep, so they power crept. It is what it is. Man, Genshin was so peaceful before Maoika. Yeah. Hmm. All the Not Cry 4 stars feel like Inazuma ones. Holy shit. Now that's an actual fucking take that I can get behind here, man. You're actually so right. You're actually so right. Oh my god, you're actually so fucking right. Like Yahoda is just Nograi Sayu. If Varka DPS is less than all cry teams, are we saved? I mean, I don't know. Are we? Nevida was arguably worse power creep than Moika when he was released. I don't think that's true. Because Nevida didn't even increase DPS. He was like massive feature creep, but I don't think that was necessarily a bad thing, right? It's a bad thing in retrospect because it was a precedent, but if it was just supposed to be like a, you know what? Uh let's release a character that like more casual players can use to get decent results. Then like that would have been fine. Does Kirk need wall cancel to compete with optimized Malika in the next patch and I'll cry DPS? Yes and no. Like the fact that she's very straightforward rotation wise is still nice. I think versus Malika, their combos are like respectively about as difficult. And their results lean a little bit in Malika's favor, but Skirk has more versatility. With the new Nogcry carries, it's like Skirk is a fucking pathetic loser and cringe. Or not the new Nogcry, but with the Nogcry carries with Columbina. Because like even with wall cancels, Skirk isn't as good as the Nogcry carries with Columbina. The thing with Skirk is like she's kind of the opposite of the Nodcry carries, but like not really. How do I explain this? The Nodcry carries are kind of getting carried by, well, one, the fact that they're actually releasing Columbina for them, and two, the like last slot options in their teams being good. Like maybe for Nefer not as much, but like for Flynn's, Sucrose is like the fucking goat, right? And the thing with Skirk is like she has one really good support in her teams, which is Escoffier. But the rest of the team is like not great, right? Like you gotta realize the damage bonus you get from Farina is like what you get from Shalor's C6. But Shalor's also gives you 40% attack and almost as much shred as Escoffier. So like the 2-unit core of Escoffier plus Farina, in terms of buffing for Skirk, is doing about as much as Shalor's by herself. Because Farina's personal damage is just honestly not keeping up with modern standards, it effectively means that you're comparing Escoffier's personal DPS to the personal DPS of a character that can be entirely dedicated to that in Shovelheart's teams. Because Escoffier is very good compared to the characters you'll be able to use in those Shovelheart's teams, it's still fine, right? Like, it's not bad. But it, like, contextualizes things in a way where, like, you can kind of see that the teams still definitely have room for improvement, right? I don't think Farina will stay as part of Skirk's team unless we get a last slot that is, like, reliant on you using Farina, right? If we get a Cryo or Hydro character that only works when your HP changes or something, right? Farina enabling Maréchaussée is kind of still a big deal because Skirk's signature set sucks so much, especially in Siege and Onslaught, where sometimes you want to alter your rotations and use the big burst. But meh. But it's like the fact that Escoffier is a healer is only really very relevant because Farina needs a healer, right? But the offensive utility provided by Farina compared to other recent releases for supports is just kind of pathetic. I think there's a chance that the first character to get replaced in Skirk teams will be whatever 4-slot you're using right now, but I also think there's a chance that it's Farina. Because if we get a good last slot in those teams that has long animations, you need to realize that when you don't have Farina, you don't need to use Farina's burst, but you also don't need to use Escoffier's burst. So you can cut off like almost 4 seconds, like 3 to 4 seconds off of your rotation that can be spent on another character. And if you start having characters that can make use of that and that want to make use of that, it reduces the value of bringing Farina on your team. Because again, right? Escoffier will be there pretty much no matter what. But without Farina, she doesn't need to burst. So bringing Farina adds Farina's animations and Escoffier's burst animation. And it also makes it so that you need to build ER and Escoffier, which you might not have to if you're not using Farina. Talks about third cryo character for Shenhe. Is there a chance for 4 cryo? There is, but only if, like, whatever new character forces you into doing burst damage. Because not generating Void Rifts for normal attack Skirk is a death sentence. So if you don't have Void Rift generation, you need to do Burst Skirk. And Burst Skirk is worse than normal attack Skirk, right? Theoretically, if the game allowed it, would normal attack Skirk, Farina, Escoffier, Burst Skirk be her best team? That's a good question. Maybe? Maybe, yeah. But there might be a world where you actually want to do double Burst Skirk instead in a team like that. I'm not sure. I'd need to try to cook some rotations, and I don't have the motivation to do that for something that can't exist. Basically, Ayaka, but good? Yeah, pretty much. Whatever fourth slot reduced cooldowns. The thing about cooldown reduction on Skirk is that it's worthless for normal attack Skirk. Right? It's only good for burst Skirk. Because normal attack Skirk doesn't start her cooldown until this kill is over. So instead of reducing like a 20-second cooldown by 10%, or let's say 20%, right? And gaining 4 seconds, you reduce like a, what is it, 6? Actually, no. It's not 6. It's 8. You reduce the 8-second cooldown by 20%, which is 1.6. Right? So it goes to 6.4. Plus the 12 seconds that you spent on it. Right? That's 18.4. Instead of 16. It's a lot worse, right? Whereas with Burst Skirk, because your cooldown starts whenever you use your abilities, cooldown reduction is actually useful. With enough cooldown reduction, Burst Skirk could be better than normal attack Skirk. Anyways. I think the force law will never exist. It'll depend on the boss we're fighting, and honestly, I think no last law allows for team diversification. I mean, what team diversification? The reason why you change the last law based on the boss isn't because you need to. It's because none of them are good enough to always be there. So the slight differences in utility they provide is enough to tip the scale. But like, do you think that any of the versions of a Skirk team is going to be unable to clear content that a different version of a Skirk team is able to do? The closest you get to that is like the teams that require more Hydro App, right? But like even then, you're still fine with just the Cryo App. I have C1R1 Chaska and was wondering if it's even worth getting C2 on her next rerun, considering how strong C0R0 and Nullcry teams are. Or should I just go for Zabai / another carry? I'm aiming to clear Dire. I don't think getting Zabai is all that valuable if clearing Dire is your goal. I think you should get the... If you want to get the lunar stuff, you should get Inefar Lama plus Columbina. More so than Zabai plus Columbina. And if you do that, you can use that with Chaska, right? already have Inefa and Loma, then get Columbina, and then you can use that with Jaska. Or with someone else. Doesn't really matter. In Cryo Automaton boss, we recommended to use at least one to use last as Cryo Assault. Yeah, but it didn't really matter. It's not like you needed to do that. Is C2 Shilonen good for Zabai? She should be, yeah. But she won't be that good, because the fact that you get to use her in a team without, like, warping your team building necessarily is nice. But the buff she provides to Zabai is not that big either. Right? Because she doesn't care that much about the damage percent. Would you all say that going for confirmed Inefa is better for an account with Flynn's than going for confirmed Columbina and maybe Inefa? Do you have official? What con is your official? Do you have Sucrose? How comfortable are you with healerless teams? Because I think it depends on the answer to those questions. If you have like C6 official with Sucrose and you feel somewhat comfortable without a healer on your team, I think going for Columbina and maybe Inefa is probably worth it. Alright, if you think Proto Amber is going to be enough defensive utility for you, I'd probably go Columbina, yeah, and then hope you also get lucky on the Inefa banner. If you don't think Proto Amber is enough utility for you, or if you just, I don't know, don't have fucking Fischl for some reason, I'd probably lean towards getting Inefa. I have C3 Fischl, I also have Llama. Okay. I mean, I don't think the Fischl cons are that important, so I think I'd still lean towards that. And yeah, like worst case scenario, you can always, since you say you have Llama, you can always use Columbina with Llama, right? Yeah, I'd lean more towards Columbina. I mean, okay, that's not true. I'd lean more towards Inefa still if Inefa was first, right? But I think that it's close enough that you're fine. Like, you'll be fine even if you end up losing 50-50, going to pity, whatever, and not getting Inefa. You'll be fine with Columbina instead. If you feel like you don't need the defensive utility from her shield. And that Proto Amber is enough. Right? I think I'd lean slightly more towards Inefa, but both are fine. And if you can get both, then that would be nice. Alright, chat. I'll be right back. Hold your questions. Alright, I'm back. Is the Nefer worth pulling if I'm already super invested into Nefer? Into the Nefer team with C2R1 Nefer, C2R0 Llama, Nahida C0R0, Columbina C0R0? She can be, because with that amount of investment into the Nefer team, you can probably clear Dire with Ino, right? And then maybe getting Inefa allows you to have what you need to clear another Dire boss, right? But if you really like Nefer a lot and you want to just have her team be the strongest always, then it wouldn't be worth it. I don't know if there will be multiple shill bosses for Lunar. Yeah, that's fair, also. How good was Gilded Dreams on Llama Monodendro in a Columbina carry team? Okay. Llama Monodendro? What the fuck do you mean? I assume you mean in a Columbina carry team with 3 Dendro units? It's not good. It gives you attack instead of EM, which is bad, and you can't even proc it reliably, which is also bad. Just put the 2 beast or the support set in the bag. Oh, you meant solo Dendro, I see. In that case, it can be fine. If you're triggering it reliably, it can be fine, but it's generally not still better. It's generally still not better than having her on a support set and having your last slot on instructor. If it's a character that doesn't do too much damage themselves. How's Aoife as an on-fielder for Columbina plus Inefa? You know, I haven't actually looked at that, but it should actually be pretty solid, right? Because how does it work again? Right, it's like 80. But then with cons, it's more, right? This is... Hmm. You know what? No, this is probably not that good, right? Because you don't want to use Auron. Auron's just not good enough. And you're not going to have another Natlan character that is giving you rescue essentials. And if you're not going to have that, then his buff to Lunar Charge is fairly low just from his own kit. Right? Yeah, I don't think it's going to be very good. Yeah, I'm not optimistic about that, I'm sorry. What do you expect the hardest boss for to be the hardest boss for the next Vision Onslaught? I'm not sure. I think it depends on what you have on your account. I still haven't looked too much into this guy's mechanics, so um 18% HP is... Is it 4 anglers that he summons, by the way? Probably, right? Or is it less than 4? Surely it's 4, right? %of his HP is what? I mean, okay, in a team that has good AoE, right? In a team that has good AoE, you kill the anglers which have 18% HP, and that makes him lose 20% HP. So it's basically 1-to-1. As long as your AoE is good enough to hit all 4 anglers at once. And if that's what you're doing, then he's basically just a boss with 12 million HP. So I mean, yeah. It's like this, but without the 600% attack buff, basically. For non-Nullcry teams that have good AoE. And if you are playing a Nullcry team, if you've got the lunar damage, then honestly, this is probably pretty free, actually. Right, as it turns out, dealing triple damage and also 60% shred is yeah, it's nice. And 36 energy for fun as well. Skirk can probably kill him. I don't know. I think Skirk is gonna have some trouble here. What about Maoika? Maoika can probably do it if the anglers spawn close enough to one another, but it's gonna be really difficult. I don't think Skirk is gonna be able to properly AoE them. It one-shots after 30 seconds if you don't break the shield. Well, break the shield then, idiot. Like, you basically just have to deal 2 million damage in 30 seconds. It's not that bad if you're hitting in AoE properly. But you need to be hitting an AoE properly with pretty much everything, which I think Skirk is going to struggle with. But maybe they spawn close enough that it's not a problem, right? I haven't actually looked at any visuals of this boss, so I'm not sure. But yeah, this DPS is kind of rough. Anyways, this boss, right? I mean, it's not that the overall DPS check is that high for this boss. It's that you have a short period of like an extra DPS check that you need to clear. And without Electro Charge on your team, it can be really rough to get there. And then this boss, yeah, you basically need a Hydro carry. Skirk might be able to do it, but I don't know. Like, it might... Skirk's best team might just be Navidad, honestly. So, I think that depending on the account, any of these three can be the hardest. I think that generally Shock Trooper should be the easiest of the three for most people. Right? Because I think that if you have the shills for all of them, it's the easiest. And if you have the shills for none of them, it's also the easiest. What about Molani? I'm not sure. Depends on how cooked it is for Mona to break the shield, I think. Because Molani ain't breaking this fucking shield. And if you're not breaking the shield, I don't think you do any damage, right? It's just too much res. Can you do an image of how far the summons are? I'll take a look. Oh, I see. So apparently this is how they're positioned when they spawn. Skirk is never hitting all of them, right? Like, if you position yourself behind this one, Skirk hits these three probably with most of her attacks, but she's not hitting this one. And 3 is half as good as 4, in case you guys didn't know. That's how math works. If you're hitting 3 of them at the same time, you have to kill those 3 and then kill the next one. So you have to do the damage twice. They are easily grouped, are they? I heard they didn't move. Or do you mean like with Adamo units? Because like Scar can't really use those. Are they staggerable? If they're staggerable, maybe you can like push them into each other. It can be groupable, but Venti isn't enough damage. Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely a problem. Does Yelan group them? That's a good question. If Yelan's skill is enough to group them enough for Skirk to hit, then Skirk should be pretty good. Otherwise, it'll be cooked. Veritas and Hunt, Yelan tech. Huge. Nah, it's probably not going to be enough. I think you're actually better off using Sack than Veritas and Hunt. Because you need to already be relatively close to one another for Veritas and Hunt to group them. And if they're already close enough for Veritas and Hunt to group them, they're already close enough for Skirk to hit them. The Anglers group themselves after the shield break. But the reason why you have to kill the Anglers is to break the shield. So, what? What? I'm confused. Yeah, like the Nograi characters don't have to deal with the anglers. They just hit the boss because not like lunar damage is multiplied by 3. So the 45% HP is basically just 15% HP, and that's less than the HP of one angler. But the non-Nograi carries, 45% of a 12 million HP boss is a lot, right? That's a lot of fucking damage that you would need to do. Right? Like 5 point something million in 30 seconds is going to be rough. %18 is a lot easier to get through, right? Even if you're not grouping the anglers, 18 plus 18, right? If you have to do the damage twice, is still less than 45. So it's still better to focus the anglers. Maybe there's a way that you position yourself where you're hitting 3 anglers plus the boss, and then it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Right? You should actually be able to do it by hitting 2 anglers plus the boss, but I don't know where the boss spawns with the anglers positioning. Flynn's is probably going to be hitting the boss and all 4 anglers, isn't he? So he's kind of gonna run through that shit real fast, huh? Boss will break before the anglers do, so it doesn't matter. I suppose that's true, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you would want to use Flint against the second boss, but you can split up your Flins and your Inefa, maybe. Varessa, Nivida, and Mawika are kind of the only viable options for the lunar boss if you don't have Nalcry characters. Yeah, is Navidad even enough damage to do 12 million? Even if he can deal with the fucking anglers. Minus 60 res. I mean, yeah, but is that really enough? 12 million is a lot. With Inefa, probably. Yeah, but at that point you have Inefa, so you don't have a problem anyways, right? Right? If you have Inefa or Llama, then who cares? Yeah, you'd also rather use Nevidet on Crab. That's also true. Yeah, who should work well? Like, if they're groupable with Kazuha, or like, should be fine, right? Burgeon? I mean, Burgeon without Llama just doesn't have the DPS to deal with this, and Burgeon with Llama is a Llama team, so, I mean, it's already a lunar team. You don't, like, it doesn't fucking matter what you do, right? So for non-lunar stuff, what actually gets through this? Varessa probably does. Molani probably doesn't. I think they're too far away from each other. Maybe Molani with Venti does it, though. I could see Molani with Venti doing it, actually. Molani probably doesn't need Venti. I think they're too far away from each other. It takes too long between bites for the AoE to happen. You can just target 2 anglers and the boss. I think that still takes too long, though. Maybe not. Maybe Sugros is enough. Yeah, Molani should be able to do it. Who else would be able to do it? Yeah, I guess the Llama teams without another Nalcry character don't do lunar damage, they do normal damage. So Llama teams that don't have another Nalcry characters would be able to do it. Who else would be able to do it? Probably Nevidet, probably Mawika, probably Arlecchino. Does Razor get there? Hmm. Hmm. Shao with his AoE, that's a good one. Raiden, okay, buddy. Oh, and maybe her AoE isn't that great, but still some AoE. No, you need to understand, right? You need to actively be hitting all four of them all the time. If you're hitting three of them, you need to do the damage twice. Three is half as good as four. If you're hitting three of them, you need to do 36% of the boss's HP in 30 seconds instead of 18. It's so much worse. So I don't think Lorette will be very good. Maybe with a grouper you can get there, but I don't know. Nefer will be bad. No, because the lunar characters don't need to deal with this mechanic at all. Right? This is the alternative mechanic for if you don't have lunar. If you have lunar, you're fine. Yeah, Skirk is probably fine. Maybe, hopefully. I think that's mainly it for the non-lunar stuff. Like, you'll probably be able to get through with some of the other ones, but it'll be a lot closer. Durin carry. Overload carry Durin might be able to get there. Vape carry won't work because vape carry Durin is single target. Yeah. Shock Trooper. I mean, it's same as last time, honestly. Isn't the same HP as last time in Dire? 1719. 1719, yeah, it is. Okay. So I should be able to clear this in Dire again. Now that my verse is level 95, it should take less than the 6 hours it took last time. This was more than 6 hours, right? Whatever. It took a while. I don't think I'll be able to do this in Dire, though. And then this with Columbina carry with resetting for Widsith RNG. I don't think so either. Maybe. Maybe we'll get there, but maybe not. Probably not. If you get enough Columbina, you could. I don't think that's enough for Dire. Dude, 20 fucking 3 million HP is a lot. It's so much, man. It's so fucking much HP. Unless Molani works, Crab is tough if no Nvidia, because Ayato ain't clearing it. Yeah, I think Crab is gonna be the most like what's the word I'm looking for? Polarizing, I guess. But yeah, that's true. Pretty much everyone has Nvidia anyways, so like apparently you can play Molani Freezer as a crab and focus entirely on the small crabs for free vapes. Can you? Because you can't take more than 15% of the boss's HP. So once you've done 30% of the boss's HP, what do you do? You stare. True. We read the road again. I mean, we'll take a look at that on another day, honestly. I think that might be it from me for today. I said at the start this was going to be a shorter stream today. Chill vibes, just yap sesh. It is what it is. I don't think there's anything else I need to get done today. Tomorrow... Oh, we haven't done the stall yet. But honestly, it's already tomorrow's stall for pretty much all of them. So I think we'll just not do it. The live stream is coming soon, right? Live stream is in 5 days. I probably want to get the Ask Zajef77 done before that. I probably want to get the Durin post release done as well. So that's 2 videos. Maybe we won't do a video tomorrow then. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, chat. Colombian pre-release. We recorded that yesterday. I hope I had a good time on this more chill, laid-back stream today. Let's... Beta V5 changes? Surely. Yeah, let's raid Limbo. I want to go say hi to Limbo. Be nice. Have a pleasant time over there. And, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.